Dr. Gayton and I have partnered together. As a matter of fact, in March, we're doing the first 5K anti-bullying run. And our slogan that we adopted is not just a race, it's a movement. And what we are doing is bringing awareness to bullying. And so what we're trying to do, we're gonna do our first one. We partner with the city of Byron. And so where we're gonna do our first one there, and we're gonna try to get people to come and run in this race. We're gonna get children to run in it, and we're gonna have a big show. We're gonna have cookouts and everything. It's gonna be a big event to bring awareness to bullying.
My first day of school in the first grade, a fifth grader beat me up. And I learned what bullying was about. And I got bullied a lot. I mean, because of being small, being from the wrong side of the tracks, being very poor, and making good grades. That's not a good combination. Bullies just abuse you. And, you know, there were times that I hate to say this, but there were times I just wanted to die. And then there were other times that I was just filled with such rage that frankly, I really believe if I hadn't become a Christian, I would have hurt somebody. Frankly, that's what motivated me to start lifting weights, you know, when I was 13. And I may have been short and small of stature, so to speak, but I really worked hard in that, kind of like I do everything. It doesn't surprise anybody that knows me that know that I worked hard at it. And by the time I reached senior in high school, I was a school arm wrestling champion and was already, you know, bench pressing in the neighborhood of 250 pounds. And people didn't mess with me too much at that point.
And I've been traveling doing school assembly programs for 14 years. I've been in every state, 23 different countries. In 2003 and 2004, I was brought in by the Israeli government to perform for the Israeli firefighters, the police officers, the government officials, and perform for the Air Force over there. And so after traveling around, what broke my heart, I'll never forget when I went to Sholo, Arizona. Within 6 weeks, 38 kids had committed suicide. I remember a young lady telling me that her parents told her she was a mistake. She was the result of her mother and father meeting up at a county fair. Had another young man, he wouldn't even look at me. He would hold his head down and he said, you know, sir, if I don't come to school tomorrow, nobody would care. He said, every time I come here, they pick on me and they make fun of me because I don't have the nice clothes. I don't have the things that everyone else has. He said, my mother, I don't know who my father is, my mother, she had to work 2 to 3 jobs just to put food on the table. So we get our clothes from secondhand stores and people make fun of it. And so when I began to look at it, I began to hear the story of all these young people that are committing suicide. They're going through so much. A lot of them are being bullied. There's over 160,000 young people, students that will not go to school every day because of something called bullying. And so as I began to speak to those young people, I began to speak life, and I would tell them that suicide is a permanent decision for a temporary problem. And I began to encourage them that tough times don't last always, but tough people do, and there's a better day coming. And it doesn't matter what you've been through, it doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter what you're gonna face in the future. It's never time to give up, and it's never time to check out. And so give in to your dreams, your goals, and your purpose. And so what I end up doing is just encouraging them to there's a seed of greatness on the inside of them, and your value does not consist of the clothes that you have on your back. Your value consists of who you are and the purpose and the destiny that you have on the inside of you.
Just please realize that you're made in the image of God, and you're a valuable human being, you're a valuable person, and because someone is bullying you and testing you and making your life miserable, that doesn't mean your life's not valuable. And one of the things that breaks my heart is to see people choose to end their life rather than face the bully or make other people aware of bullying. And that's such a tragedy, because many of those lives, who knows what that person would have ended up contributing as they went on. I mean, frankly, there were times I told you that I wanted to die. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm, you know, the greatest gift to the world by any means, but God has blessed me to alleviate a lot of human suffering and to help a lot of people. And it would have been sad if I had been gone before being able to do that.
Get involved. Reclaim your ground by contacting Be a Buddy, Not a Bully.